Everybody, welcome back. We're continuing our wonderful reading of Book of a Native American book with a bunch of really cool stories in it. This is from the Coos tribe and is titled The Woman Who Married a Merman. In a village named Takimia, there lived 5 brothers and a sister. Many men from different places wished to marry the girl, but she did not want to get married. It was her custom to go swimming every day in a little creek. One day, while returning from her swim, she noticed that she was pregnant. Her brothers demanded to know how it happened, but she could not give them an answer because she did not understand it herself. She gave birth to a boy, a fretful baby who cried all the time. They did everything to try and soothe him, but nothing worked. At their wits' end, her brothers finally told her to put the child outdoors. He immediately stopped crying. I'll probably do that too. I like being outside. After a while, the mother went out to check on him and noticed to her surprise that he was eating a piece of seal meat which someone had strung on a small stick for him. He's eating a piece of seal meat. Like a shish kebab, right? She looked around to see who could have done it, but nobody was there. When she took the child into the house, he started to cry again. It would not let anybody sleep. So her brothers told her to take him out again and suggest that she hide and watch what happened. At least the brothers are like, please just take the kid outside, right? The mother lay hidden outside for a whole day without seeing anyone. Suddenly, toward evening, a man appeared and told her to follow him because he was her husband. What? Imagine someone just shows up and you're like, I am your husband. Like, excuse me, sir? At first she refused, fearing that her relatives would not know where she had gone. But after he promised that she would be safe, she took the baby in her arms and went with him. They approached the creek, and her husband told her to hang on to his belt, and kept her eyes closed. His belt, huh? Why she has to hold on to there. Together they plunged into the water. Soon they came to the bottom of the sea, to a village inhabited by many Indians. So they have this, lore of mer people, kind of like Ireland, right? Her husband was one of the 5 sons of the village chief, and the couple lived there happy and satisfied. So her husband shows up and he's got some political standing. The boy grew up, and like many boys on dry land, he loved to play with arrows. His mother would make them for him, meanwhile telling him that his uncles who lived above the water had lots of arrows. One day the boy asked her to take him to his land uncles to get some arrows. The father objected to this, but he finally allowed his wife to go up alone. Has a little bit of curiosity, right, for the next dimensions. Wearing 5 sea otter hides, she started out early one morning. As soon as her brothers saw her, they thought she was a real otter, and they began to shoot arrows at her from the shore. Having been hit repeatedly, the otter would sink, then surface again with arrows gone. So she's got this ability then to not to be killed by the arrows. The otter swam up and down the river, and many people in canoes kept shooting at it, but nobody could kill it. Again, it's funny that if I saw an otter, I'd be like, oh, take a picture, and people in the past were like, see that otter? Let's get him, let's eat him, let's get him, let's put his skin up. Right? That's pretty cool. Eventually, everybody gave up the chase except the oldest brother, who followed the otter until it reached the beach. Coming nearer, he caught the shape of a woman beneath the skins and recognized her at once as his lost sister. Reunited. She told him that she had been the sea otter, and showed him the arrows that the people had shot at her. I came to get them for my boy, she said. She's risking, getting these shots. It's clear that she's not gonna die, but, you never know. But she's doing that for her kid. My husband is the son of a chief. Whenever the tide is low, you can see our house right in the middle of the ocean. She gave him the 5 sea otter skins, and he gave her as many arrows as she could carry. Nice exchange. Before going down into the water, she told him, tomorrow morning you will find a well on the beach, right in front of your landing. And it just so happened that as she said that, the whale landed on the beach, and men divided its meat among the people. So people were eating whale meat. When we see a whale on the beach now, people won't let you start taking pieces off. But it is cool that at least they didn't waste it, right? And they saw it as a gift. It's sad because it's so beautiful and majestic, but I do wonder what it tastes like. Now it probably tastes like trash because the water's so polluted, but back then it was much cleaner. A few months later, the woman came again to her relatives, and her brothers noticed that her shoulders were turning scaly and dark like those of the sea serpent. She stayed a while and then returned to her water home, but she never came ashore again and was seen no more. Long afterwards, many sea serpents came into the harbor, thinking that they too may come for arrows. The people kept on shooting at them. They never returned again, but every summer and winter they would put ashore 2 whales as a gift to their kinsmen above the sea, based on a myth reported by Harry St. Clair in 1909. So, the gifts of whale meat. Wow, and she didn't want to get married, and then got, surprise married. Her child became the son of a chieftain. She was able to shapeshift and to live underwater. That's cool.